That's a perfect matchup.
You got to take
for
that
him.
personal,
Yes.
right? Those matchups, guy off the bench.
When you start preparing for a team, you start thinking to yourself, okay, who am I going to be guarding? Who's going to be my matchup? And he's got to start thinking about T.J. McConnell because T.J. is tough. He's competitive. So is Deuce. Those are two guys that have really carved out outstanding NBA careers so far, and that's going to be a fun matchup to watch.
All right, guys, Monica McNutt across the street helped call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. She's standing by with a special guest. Monica, who do you have?
Well, I mean, I almost don't recognize you not in a suit.
Monica, it was so weird. I came, nobody was talking to me. Nobody even looked at me. It was weird. Really casual, but I brought my work clothes tonight. Let's go to work, guys, right? And they did.
The team absolutely did that. So back to the Eastern Conference Finals, Clyde. Just what went through your mind sitting courtside and being able to take this one in as a member of this organization?
Well, sitting here courtside, I saw how physical the game is, but the defense was intense. They kept the Celtics 35 feet away all night. So they started missing those jumpers. Knicks were getting back in transition.
I think you were sitting on the baseline right where Jalen Brunson drew the 5th foul on Jalen Brown.
Yeah, right. Starks, man, he and Marbury, they're crazy, man. They need a seatbelt when they're on.
I have heard those guys are great. Guys, I don't know if you guys got this note, but Josh Hart had his first playoff triple-double tonight. He joined you.
I hate that guy.
Wait a minute. He joined you as one of the guys that has been able to accomplish that. I think you did it game 1, 72 versus the Lakers. Was your playoff triple-double. But, Josh, I mean, we could talk about so many of the guys on this team, Clyde, but let's just start with Josh and his performance tonight.
Well, he's the heart of the team. I mean, I saw the black eye. He was undaunted by that. You know, the good rebounding. So he grows on you. You just watch him. He just does whatever it takes to win a game. You know, he doesn't worry about the points and that. And like in the regular season, he broke my record, too. I think, nine triple-doubles in the season. So, yeah, he's the heart of the team.
I felt, and I don't know if you guys felt this way, but I felt good coming into this game because of the team's record after losses. Now they improved to 4-0 after losses. But for this one to be over in the third quarter, and I know we are television and radio professionals, I was almost without words. What can you say about the dominance of tonight's performance?
Well, they came out from the get-go. You know, the previous game they had to get down to get up. But tonight they came out from right away. Like I said, the defensive intensity, the way they were moving the ball, they took away their confidence, the Celtics' confidence.
Well, you're very familiar, producer Spencer Julian says. We got one last question. So anything else you want to say to the guys before we got to send it back to Pito?
No, I think we're back in the high life again. The Pacers are no pushover. We know that. It's going to be a tough series, but hopefully this time we can capitalize on the home court advantage.
Of course. No one can say it quite like you. All right, guys. So we're going to finish enjoying it here on the court. Y'all enjoy that studio life.
Party like it's 1999.
Monica, Clyde, thank you so much. Cannot beat having Clyde Frazier stopping here on the postgame show.
Even in the Puma shirt, he still looks smooth, doesn't he? He doesn't need a tie. He still looks smooth.
I'll tell you, that courtside celebrity row was
big time.
Big time. Lenny Kravitz.
Woo. Yeah, Buster Rhymes.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Ben Stiller, Timothy Chalamet, all the regulars, Edie Falco, like all of them being there. Like
Strahan.
Like I said, yeah, just talking to different people in the arena that we've seen over the years. That's why I said it was a catharsis. So many fans were just like, man, we've been waiting for this.
The energy in that place. It was banana. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally getting chills watching every basket, every play. It's just
the reaction.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. You have to experience what that does to your body, the adrenaline that you feel, even as a fan. I can only imagine what the players felt.
Winning at Madison Square Garden.
And, guys, how about hats off and a big congratulations to Tom Thibodeau.
Yep.
Totally.
What a remarkable
100%.
coaching job. The Knicks now have taken that next step. Last couple of years, of course, they didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals. This year, they are on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Here's Tom Thibodeau's postgame comments, as always, presented by Chase.
Yeah, I thought start to finish was terrific. And also, you know, want to congratulate the Celtics on a terrific season. You know, unfortunate injury to Jason Tatum, and but they're a terrific organization, ownership, front office, coaching staff. Joe Mazzulla's a terrific coach, great players, first-class organization. Hats off to them for the season they had and defending their championship.
Coach, congratulations on getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. Would you say tonight's performance was the best in the postseason?
Probably, and we knew we would have to play 48 minutes against them. They're terrific on both sides of the ball. They play their style no matter what. And so they're not going to hand you anything. You have to earn it, and I felt that we did that.
Tom, it seemed from the start, and then even when the league got to 30, you guys were beating the loose balls and stuff. The urgency you had talked about, was that kind of on display there all game long?
Yeah, and again, it's how you respond to the challenge that's in front of you. And so, and we can't get carried away. Obviously, it's a great win, and we advance, and, you look at that, but you also understand you have to get ready for the next series. And we know that Indiana's a terrific team, and we're going to have to be ready.
Tom, you guys obviously, through the first few games of the series, dug a bunch of holes that you had to fight back from. Today, you guys jump out to a huge lead. Just, was there a difference in approach? Did you sense that the team was going to come out?
You got to win games different ways. So every game's different. Then there's really no carryover from one game to the next, other than you have to be ready to win that game that particular night and understand, what you need to do in order to do that. And I think when you understand that part of it and you understand how important your preparation is, that gives yourself the best chance to win. So you learn from each game and you try to move it forward.
Tom, Mitch had a bunch of strong defensive possessions in that game. He had one in the first half where, transition closes out on Drew Holiday. Holiday ends up kicking to Brown in the corner. He takes away another three from Brown and then ends up getting the steal. So what's going through your mind when you watch a guy with that length just be able to take away that many shots in a row?
He's very athletic. He anticipates well. But I thought overall our team commitment and defensive transition, guys were covering for each other. They were communicating really well, and they understood what we had to take away in order to win. And it doesn't really matter whether you're talking about defensive transition or you're talking about pick and roll defense. It has to be clean, and it has to be concise, and it has to be tied together. And so when you do that, particularly against a team that's as well versed as they are and with their ability to shoot and spread you out, you have to be very disciplined. And so I thought we were tonight.
Hey, Tom, Josh Hart, triple-double. What did you make of the way he impacted this game?
Yeah, and that's who he is. It's like he impacts the game a lot of different ways. Sometimes people get stuck on, well, he didn't shoot the ball or he didn't do this. Well, Josh, what he is a basketball player. So it's transition, it's the pace, it's playing out of the pocket, it's making corner threes, it's doing all those dribble handoff, hustle plays, offensive rebounds. And then defensively, just being everywhere and then coming up with big rebounds. Then I think when you play with that kind of effort, it's inspiring to the team.